Welcome to another episode of Strictly Business Unscripted. I'm your host, Keandra Jones. This podcast educates, ignites inspiration, fosters encouragement, and paves the way for growth among small businesses and the overall Oak Cliff community. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Dallas Zoo, Home Care Network, Breakfast Brothers, and ServPro. Thank you for your support. Now, let's get into it. Today on Strictly Business Unscripted, we're joined by Councilmember Lorie Blair, who is a personal friend who proudly represents District 8 on the Dallas City Council. She is a longtime Southern Dallas resident. She brings both personal experience and strong commitment to our community. She empowers it and she adds equitable growth to it, all at the same time. Before she was elected, she spent over 35 years at AT&T and later served as District 8's representative on the City Plan Commission, where she helped to guide development and advocacy for neighborhood protections. Now, she's in her first term as a city councilman, and she focuses on economic opportunities, responsible development and redevelopment, and making sure that the voices of District 8 residents are heard. So welcome, welcome, welcome,
Well,
my
thank
friends.
you.
How are you today?
I'm doing.
You're doing. Okay. So we're going to unpack I'm doing in just a second. So before the show, we talked about what this is going to look like, and we're just going to have a conversation like we normally do. Is that all right?
Oh, that's absolutely perfect.
So for the people who don't know who this woman is, and most everybody does, this is my personal friend, my sister, and I'm so grateful for our relationship. I just want to publicly say that you have been a personal mentor of mine over the last several years, and thank you. Thank you for your commitment to Keandra. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a journey
It has been a journey.
for both of us
It has been a journey.
because as you say, I've given to you, you've also given to me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I have so many questions for you.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So number one,
Unscripted.
It is Strictly Business Unscripted. So we all know what Lorie Blair does for our community. You've served on the City Planning Commission, as we mentioned, I think 6 years. For your predecessor, Tanel Atkins, you've done phenomenal work in not only District 8, but Oak Cliff altogether. But outside of all those contributions to the community, who is Lorie Blair?
A simple girl.
Okay.
I am Furman and Willa's daughter, Nakia and Carlton's mother, and Carissa Nevaeh's grandmother.
Okay.
And what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Willa and Furman were pastors, so I'm a pastor's kid. Not a preacher's kid, but a pastor's kid. And I would be remiss if I did anything outside of being that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see me, you see the God in me.
Mm-hmm.
I came from a very strong religious background.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a very strong religious family.
Mm-hmm.
After church on Sundays, you know that after church on Sundays, we all went to Grandma's house and had that fried chicken, collard greens, sweet potatoes, and that's what I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I bring.
Mm-hmm.
I tell everybody all the time, if you don't want to see Jesus, don't come talk to me.
Mm. You know what? And I know that firsthand because you and I had an incident. So I am not a pastor's kid, nor am I a preacher's kid. In fact, you know me to be pretty
Keandra-ish.
pretty Keandra-esque. And we had an incident there at one of my favorite spots. And I saw Jesus in you, and I couldn't quite get there when the man was talking all the noise at the place. And Jesus came out in you, but there were some other choice words that came out of my mouth. So I know that Jesus lives there.
One of the things as being a council member has taught me, well, first let me stop. One of the things my predecessor taught me was we love everybody. And in loving everybody, it came back to me, and he made me realize and go back to my foundational roots that the Bible says God is love. And if I say I'm his child, then I must too be love. And if my predecessor says we love everybody, the Bible says God is love, and I want to be like Jesus, then I have to love.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I want to use, and I do use those choice words.
Okay. Well, they're few and far between. It doesn't take.
Yeah, I do.
They're few and far. It don't take me long, and I'm already there.
Yeah, and I'm working on it.
Yes.
I'm praying on that.
Please do.
Pray.
Please.
But I could hear my mother and father are not here anymore. Dad left when he was 94. Mom left when she was 92. But I can still hear them just as sure as they're right here saying to me, my mother would say, "Ooh, Lorie, clean up your mouth."
Ooh. Jeez.
And I just heard her.
Okay.
And Daddy would laugh and say, "That's my baby." So I have one that says, "Ooh, Lorie, clean up your mouth," and one that says, "Ooh, that's my baby." I was Daddy's girl. So I always hear my mother on the shoulder, "Clean up your mouth," and Daddy has pride in me. And one of the things I never want to do is disrespect them.
Yeah, understandable.
And one of the things I've learned is you never know who's watching you.
That's right.
You never know who's hearing you.
That's right.
And as I represent all of the residents, every last living one of them, I never want to be said or seen as someone who is so disrespectful that I embarrass them.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all super proud of you and the work that you've been doing for our District 8 here in Oak Cliff. You spent over 35 years at AT&T. How did AT&T prepare you? In what ways did it prepare you for being a council member here in Oak Cliff?
I had great mentors at AT&T.
Okay.
St. Marshall was one of them.
Oh, okay.
Deborah Peoples was another one of them.
Uh-huh.
So I come from good stock.
Yeah.
But I started off as a service rep, and perfection was required.
I love that.
No, you can't be perfect all the time.
Okay.
So you have to give yourself some grace.
Okay.
And
But that was the standard.
That was the standard.
Okay.
Perfection was the standard.
Okay.
It was the expectation and the standard.
Okay.
And you had to work at that level. And if you did not, you weren't there. Customer service, as 10 years as a customer service rep, I learned how to serve.
Okay.
Then as I moved into management, I learned how to lead.
Love that.
And to lead through service.
Right.
And then as I moved up the chain in management, and through the mentorship I received, I learned how to stand on a foundation. And then what I brought from my family was a foundation called a rock, and stand on a cornerstone. And if you know the Bible, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, because there were days I had to pray.
Yeah.
I had to pray myself through a whole lot of things. But I always remember that you had to represent AT&T with a high level of proficiency and professionalism. So I continuously tried to do that. And one of the things that they also taught was honesty. So today I work on the foundation I call the TTC.
What is that?
Truth, transparency, and collaboration.
I love that. Can you share that with some of your colleagues? We're candidly speaking, are we not?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Well, I will introduce them to truth, transparency, and collaboration.
Okay, just wanted to see if that was an option.
I'll do my best.
Just a simple request here. Okay, so moving forward, you served, and I'd like to say this publicly, for free as a volunteer.
For over 6 years.
For over
absolutely.
six
I sure
years.
did. It cost me to serve.
I can see that, but for
No,
those that don't
it
know.
financially cost me to serve because I tore up some transmissions trying to get all over District 8. District 8, it goes from the Mesquite, Seagoville, Box Springs border all the way here to Redbird.
Mm-hmm.
You are now sitting in District 8.
That's right.
And you go all the way to Mesquite.
Mm-hmm. And so why? Why would you do that? Why would you serve your community like that?
Why not?
What is it about Lorie? What kind?
Lorie's always been a server.
Okay.
Lorie's always been someone who I've always had the desire to help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My mother would get mad at me all the time because she says, you need to take care of you first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, I don't know how. I've worked so hard in doing the best that I can for District 8. Sometimes I just burn myself out.
Yeah. I know that I know that. I get to witness, unfortunately, some of that, and working even when it hurts you. And so we need to work on work-life balance, but that's another episode.
Once you teach me, I'll continue to teach you. How about that?
I'm getting better. I'm getting better at the work-life balance.
Well, when you figure it out, teach me.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's either I'm 100% in or I'm not.
Yeah, me too.
So I do 100% of me for District 8.
Yes. Yeah.
I do 100% of me for my church.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do 100% of me for my family.
Yeah.
I love my family unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And even though sometimes my kids may say, "Oh, mother," "Oh, mommy," they still call me mommy. And I got my kids are 50 and 40.
You're still their mommy.
I'm still their mommy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my granddaughter, I'm still her nana.
Yeah.
And she'll still crawl up. She's 23,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll still crawl up underneath me like she's 6.
You know, I know that you care for your family that way because I've heard how you care for your animals.
They bad.
I hear how you care for the little animals, and I can just hear their little feet. Yeah. And when we're talking,
and I'm saying, Stormy, stop. Goldie, leave me alone. Goldie, go away. No, Goldie, I'm not gonna pet you right now. Goldie, stop.
They just want to be all up under you. They do. And there's a reason for that, Lorie. The moment that I met you, there's something about your energy that is just so, it just sucks you in. It sucks you in. I knew when I met you. And, you know, from this position, we cannot support someone, you know, as the president that's running. But as soon as I met you, I was like, okay, hold on. That's Lorie, though. That's Lorie.
And you know what the same thing is about me as a council member. As a council member, I can't support anybody politically.
Right.
But I love my friends.
Yeah.
And I'll do almost anything I can for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Just as I love, and you see, I don't really have friends. Mm-hmm. I have family. Mm-hmm. Because if you are my friend and you're in my heart, you no longer are my friend, you become my family.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Well, you're doing what you do. You love on us. And I say us because I'm all in the mix, and I love every ounce of it. I get yelled at, I get talked to well, I get all the things. So I appreciate that. Now, after you served,
I don't yell at you. I grow you.
Okay, I can get behind that. Okay,
I don't yell at you.
That's
I grow
true.
you.
That's true. It's not. There's not an elevated voice.
Yeah, it is. Tell the truth.
All the
Truth,
things.
transparency, and collaboration.
But you do grow me. I did get in trouble for using the words that I used at that
At that moment.
At that moment,
And I did call you on the carpet.
Yeah, you did.
Because listen, let me put it this way. You have a lot of work to do. You're called to do a lot of work. You're a beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
And the world needs to see the beauty I see. The beauty is not just on the outside. The beauty is emanating from the inside. And because of that, I'm going to call you on the carpet when you're not being beautiful.
Well, okay, so I have an excuse, and then we're going to get back to you.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
He was trying to attack you.
But you don't
I
have
did
to.
have an excuse.
No,
and
you don't.
so I'm the same way. If someone is attacking my family, what you're going to do is get off of them.
And you know what? I, too, am like you. If you attacking mine, you're going to have heck to pay. But I've learned to let Jesus take care of you, because when I do it, it's just for the moment.
Sure.
When Jesus does it, it may be for the generation and generations to come.
Yeah, that's where I need growth, because I'm going to get you in the moment. You're attacking my friend, and she's poised over here waiting on Jesus, and I'm like, what did you just say? To my whole friend over here who is not defending herself. So anyway, yes, I'm not there yet. So,
we're going to work on it. We're going to work on it.
Progress is a process, and I'm still in my process, okay?
I like that. Progress is a process, and I'm still in my process.
I'm still in my process.
Because we all are.
We are. So while you were serving as for the CDC, for under CPC. I'm CDC. You're CPC. That's right. Thank you. Get me right. At what point did you decide, oh my goodness, I want to be a council member? What happened?
I think my predecessor happened.
Okay.
I recently found out when he put me in the position, that was the moment he started grooming me. I said I wasn't going to be a politician. That was never, ever in my purview. My goal was just to help my community.
Yes.
And I can't answer when. It was just a migratory process. And when he started his process of stepping down, he gave me more reign. And I didn't even know he was giving me more reign to step into the role. So it was just a migration. Tanel, he had wisdom beyond belief in a lot of things. Some people didn't see it. I did. Even till today. We will do things because we are friends.
Right.
We don't talk business.
Yeah.
But we still argue like family.
Yeah.
And some days, his birthday and my sister's birthday the same day, same year. So I call them the twins.
Okay.
And sometimes they tag team me.
Okay.
And I'll tell both of them, you all need to get off of me. So that's the migration our relationship went from. It went from someone who just barely knew him to someone who is now his little sister.
Yeah. I love that. You know, I don't know that most people realize that Tanel was one of the few council members that, didn't he serve 16 years? Did he do
Yes,
two?
He did 2 8-year terms.
2 8-year terms, and now we can't do that.
No.
There's a term limit.
Yes, you can only do 8.
Okay.
See, before you could do 8 years, step down for 2, and come back. He did 8 years, stepped down for 2, and came back.
Yeah.
And I was with him the whole 8 years.
So talk about transfer of wisdom. Not that you were not already wise, but to be able to stand on the shoulders of someone that great and powerful who endorsed you to be to step into his role. How huge is that when you're talking about campaigning for
Oh my God. Sometimes I tell him, what did you get me into? Because he made it seem so simple and so seamless. What he could do, just like you and I get up and put on our clothes and do our hair and all that kind of. You do the makeup, I do some of it. He did that. He did city council and city hall like that, and he. I don't know how he did it. But I can also say that he had great family behind him, a great wife, because it's a commitment. My fiance, he lives in L.A., and I'm glad he's there because I couldn't do some of the stuff I get to do. But he gets angry because I'll call him because he works graveyard shift, and I'll call him when I'm coming home on them late night CPC or city council meetings, and he'll ask me, "Where you coming from? Didn't you go to council this morning?" "Yeah, I'm just getting out." "What do you mean you just getting out?"
It's crazy.
It's crazy, and that's what he'll say. Why do you do that?
Right.
Why are you coming home at this hour? Oh no, because I had work to do.
Yeah. I don't think that a lot of residents realize how hard our elected officials that have a heart for the community like you do, and I want to make that distinction, how hard you guys actually work for us. So as a city council member, one of the hot topics right now is to save or not City Hall. So I know I was a part of some of that meeting. But that particular meeting a few weeks ago, what time did y'all get out of that council meeting?
1:20. We closed down our meeting at 1:20 in the morning.
1:20, and you started at 9 that morning?
No, I started at 8:30 that morning because I had a special call meeting before the meeting.
Okay, so from 8:30 to 1:20 a.m.
Yes, with a working lunch, which means we went in the back and we ate and worked. And we snuck and had dinner, which means that while council was still going, we still had to count and make sure there was 8 people on council, while one of us or 2 of us or 3 of us would go in the back and watch and eat and then run back if there was a vote that was happening.
So you had to maintain quorum.
Absolutely.
While you guys were,
and we don't get health breaks. No, we never get a health break. Mayor never says we're gonna break for 5 minutes for health reasons. You got to get up and go when you got to get up and go, but you got to time it.
So on that particular issue, and when there's controversial issues like that, and that's one of the many big ones right now, Lorie, how many speakers came down there to talk about?
70.
70 doggone speakers.
And we had to listen to every one of them.
So I was there for some of it. And I said a few things that you would probably not agree with. And I was like, forget this. I ain't finna stay down here. It was just too much. How do you, week after week after week after week, what are your affirmations like? How do you do that?
Every morning I say, Lord, please order my steps. Let the words that I speak be of you and not of me. Reduce me so people will see you in me.
Wow. Were there any takeaways from those discussions, those 70 some odd speakers that were down there? And they're quite condescending. First of all, how do you maintain a poker face when they're attacking y'all?
I'm learning.
You do really well.
No, I've gotten calls that said, my sister watches, believe it or not, my sister in California watches city council every week. And I'll get a text message, straighten your face.
Okay. I think you did really well.
Or I'll get a text message, I can read your thoughts, straighten it up.
Yeah.
And I'll text her back, leave me alone.
Yeah. You do really well because some of those speakers, they're coming out with their pitchforks, they're condescending, they're attacking you guys, threatening re-election and threatening all the things, and it's ridiculous and childish and petty. And I'm like, you get on to me about all of this with these people. But anyway, we ain't gonna talk about me. But you guys,
We have to.
you do so well, but you signed up to do that.
Absolutely.
I just don't even understand why. But anyway, what, if any, lessons have you learned now in your first term about all of the shenanigans at City Hall?
I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Okay.
I love God more than I knew I did.
There we go.
And I love the city of Dallas like I never thought I could.
And that, my friends, needs to be on a T-shirt. Because that was so wonderful. That needs to be on the shirt.
We'll have to play that back so I can remember and get one, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now, where does that particular decision, what decision was made about City Hall?
We made, and I don't have the exact 7 steps, but we did not make a decision about City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
We have not made a decision about City Hall. We have empowered city manager to go and do 7 things. So, and come back to the council with the 7 items completed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll post those 7 things on my Facebook page.
Okay.
I have 2 Facebook pages.
Okay.
I have Lorie Blair, which is my personal Facebook page, and I have a political page. I'll post it on my political page because I'm trying to move the politics off of Lorie Blair and into the political page.
Sure. Okay.
And I forgot the name of my political page.
That's okay.
But I know it's Lorie Blair.
So we'll get that later and we'll post it.
Okay.
We'll post it ourselves.
And what I will do is I'll have my staff post that on the political page.
Okay.
So that everyone can see the 7 items that we have to consider.
Uh-huh.
And once those things are considered, because it's process policies that we only look at. And we don't, as a council member, I only make policy decisions. And I'm on one of 14, 15 with the mayor that makes these policy decisions. Anything else is done through the hands of the city manager.
Okay.
So I have been accused of a lot of things. And let me say this. I have not officially made a decision about City Hall. I cannot make that decision until we have completed the 7 steps that we agreed to in April.
Okay.
No, excuse me, in March, the beginning of March.
Okay.
That 16-hour meeting.
Okay.
That's what we came away with. It took us 16 hours to come away with that.
Okay.
So once those things do occur, then we can make a decision about the next steps.
Understood.
Now, I will say this. After that marathon meeting, that Thursday morning, I got up and I went downtown by myself and I toured L2 and L1.
Okay.
I will not go to L3 because you have to sign a waiver to go to L3.
I've never been to L3.
Yeah, you can't go to L3 because you have to sign a waiver to go to L3.
Okay.
And I'm not so sure the general public is able to go to L3 because, like I said, you got to sign a waiver to go to. Now, my counterpart, my council member friend, Maxie Johnson, District 4, he went to L3 and he filmed it.
So is that where, maybe you don't want to talk about this part, is that where all the stuff that will kill you is? Like the moldy and...
No, that's all through the building.
Oh, that's throughout the building. Okay.
Mold and asbestos all through the building.
Oh.
Okay.
So L3 is worse than...
Water's coming through the concrete. It was never completed. Well, you know, the city is built on a creek.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's water underneath the creek, underneath the building.
Okay. Well, we have taken a position on it, and
I'm glad you have.
yeah, we have. I mean, I know you're an elected official. I am not. I am staff, so we can say,
Well, you can say what you want to say.
we can say.
And I will listen to what you want to say. But I have to follow the process. Sure. And the process says we have to gather information.
Yes.
Once information has been gathered and been presented, whether publicly or behind closed doors, some things we can't discuss publicly.
Sure.
Then we will come forward with a decision.
Okay. Okay.
And I actually, there was a young man that I had considered my friend who has been very, very disrespectful on my Facebook page. That kind of hurts, because if you have an opinion, discuss it with me. Don't go on my Facebook page and call me a bunch of things I'm not.
Let me tell you something. And see that I feel my blood starting to boil when you do that. When you tell me that kind of stuff. I cannot stand these keyboard warriors. They go online, keyboard warriors. You got all kinds of stuff to say with your keyboard, but my number is 469-235-9047. Call me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's discuss it. And if we can't, stay off my page. But I will get with you. You will not. And so that's the Jesus in you, and I need more of him. But moving on. Moving on. This is a process, Lord.
I know, it's a process.
This is a process. But so you have served all of this time, this term for you, and you are going to seek re-election.
Yes,
right?
I will.
Yes, because we need you.
Yes, I will. There's a lot of work that I've started already that I need to find some completion on. Mm-hmm. There are some things that even in 2 years, even in 8 years, I won't be able to complete.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But I pray that whoever comes behind me can get behind me.
Yeah. Well, you'll have a say in that. So what are some of the things that you've seen happen in your first term that you're proud of? And so what are some of the other goals that you've got in the future for your district to grow it?
Well, I've only been around 8-9 months now. Okay. Yeah, 8-9 months. Mm-hmm. I fight with everything, my heart, my soul. Continue the work, even the work that Councilman Atkins allowed me to do without me having a title, cleaning up Kleberg Riley. There's a lot of illegal behavior out there, and you guys heard about the 2,500 roosters, cockfighting roosters. I did get 236 more. Oh yeah. I find them. But see, that stuff I don't tell.
Wow.
I just do.
Right.
That stuff I just do.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm working on right now is I had an initiative, homeless initiative. I've worked with one of my partners, and council member in District 12. No, not 12. Kathy Stewart, District 11. And we have worked on a homeless initiative. We're utilizing services that we already have, resources that are already there. It's not costing the city one dime extra. We're partnering with all the partners we already have, and we're cleaning up entrenched encampments.
I love that.
I'm working right now with Councilman Gracie, because the homeless, they know where our borders are.
Yeah.
And they know that, okay, if this is District 8 on this side of Camp Wisdom, and District 3 is on the other side of Camp Wisdom, and I can just walk across the street and she won't touch me.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha, ha ha. I work with District 3.
Good.
So what I've also done is worked with my council members who touch my district,
Mm-hmm.
and we're utilizing the same format that is being utilized in the north.
Uh-huh.
So it's not a north-south thing.
Uh-huh.
It's not a black-white thing.
Right.
It's a city of Dallas thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we have been working together,
I love that.
collaboratively,
Mm-hmm.
to fight that battle.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is right around here there, and you have felt the pains of the homeless.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. Mm-hmm.
So they're not there now. I
love that. You know, I hadn't even noticed, but yes.
I yesterday, where there's wooded areas around here,
Uh-huh.
I walked them. I
Uh-huh.
saw the trash.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I've worked with code. Because, see, the homeless is not just a homeless problem. It's a DPD problem.
That's right.
It's a code problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's a county problem through the I call it the county hotel. So it has a whole lot of hands, and our homeless people aren't dumb. They're actually quite brilliant people.
Yeah.
And they have a network and a communication system that needs it needs a whole lot of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But they communicate with each other, and if they know that I'm coming, and if they know I'm coming, then they disappear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you have to outsmart them.
Yeah.
But when I get into other areas of my city, it's my district.
Mm-hmm.
And each district is like a city, because we get the council member gets to run it the way they see fit.
Right.
With their residents. I call them residents. Others call them constituents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a resident.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're my resident.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Because we all live here.
That's right.
I'm no better than anybody else, so I do what I want to have done to me.
Mm-hmm.
So with the homeless issue, I've had churches call me and say, I got these homeless people who park their stuff and I need them gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I make a phone call.
Yeah.
But that's also called collaboration,
Yeah.
because I've collaborated enough with each one of these departments that when I call them, they understand I'm not calling them with fluff and bluff.
Right.
I'm calling them with a need.
I am grateful that that's one of the things that you're passionate about, even coming here in the mornings. And of course, I get here way before the sun rises. And there used to be, a few homeless folks that would meet me here. They beat me here. And I've not seen them. So I'm grateful. And I got to the point where I was just kind of comfortable with it. And I'd be like, well, good morning. Really wish you weren't greeting me at the door, but they would be harmless. But I haven't seen them. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And let me say this. There are different types of unhoused residents. You'll have those that have mental challenges. You'll have those that have drug challenges.
Right.
You'll have those that maybe have just recently been evicted and had nowhere else to go.
Right.
And then you have those that choose to do what they choose to do and think everything out there belongs to them.
We have been the victim of that as well.
So there are services for each one of those, all of those, because even those that choose to do what they want to do and tear up whatever it is they want to tear up or help themselves, that's the county hotel for them. But everybody else, we have services that are available for everybody, and we have teams that offer these services. So that's what I do.
I love it. I love that you got into office and you immediately started working. Sometimes it takes, I've been around this space for almost 20 years, and I've watched council members come and go, and sometimes it takes a little bit for people to get their footing and they're able to work. But you got in office and immediately started working, and we appreciate that. Now, let's transition a little bit to kind of what this time of year is for you guys. It's budget season for y'all. It is budget season for what does that look like?
We had our town hall meeting last night.
Okay.
And we with my ACM, with the ACM, Donzel Gibson, we explained that it's a net sum. Unlike the federal government, the city has to have a balanced budget. If we spend more money here, then we have to take money away from over here. What does that look like? There is a survey that they have that we're asking all the residents, tell us where your priorities are so we know how to do the budget. Right now is the pre-budget. So it went and I explained, just like home, you know how much money you have coming in. Because you have most of us get a paycheck, and every paycheck we know this is how much money we're going to get.
That's right.
Okay, you know what your expenses are. And so what we're doing right now in the budget season, we have anticipated how much money we're going to get based on the revenue the only revenue we get is sales tax and property tax, and we have enterprise. So enterprise is like your sanitation services. They get paid for the services they work. So last year we did not reach our goal with sales tax, but we knew how much money we were going to get with property tax. How are we going to do everything we need to do?
Right.
We have a $5 million budget. Excuse me, a $5 billion budget. And when you get past some numbers, it's just very difficult to comprehend. But we have a city manager who has to manage a $5 billion budget. And I see the frustration on her face, on Mr. Ireland's face, Ms. Wheaton's face when we started asking for crazy things. So I wanted my residents to understand that we only have so much money on bond money. We're working on 2024 some bond package. We can only spend that money on certain items.
Right.
We can't do like street repair. That's not bond money. And if your alley or street you want it rebuilt, that's bond money, but it has to be at a level throughout the city. So my streets are competing with streets all throughout the city, and based on those dollars that we had, what you gonna get this year.
Yeah.
So we are starting the foundational process of high level. How much money you have, spend your dollars in the city, not outside the city, because we get the tax.
That's right.
Now let me say this. Our sales tax are at 8.25%. 6.25% of that goes to the state. We have to give DART 1%. We get, of that 8.25%, we get 1%.
And that's so important to realize because, first of all, one of the things that you just said was, which your predecessor would always say, is keep your dollars local. Keep your dollars local. And there is a reason why it is so important to spend locally. Spend locally. Yes, it is so important to do that because of those very reasons. And I think if more people had a better idea of what that actually meant in terms of dollars in, I think that we would have more folks that would spend our money that way. It's such a complicated topic.
Oh God, yes, and I don't have 2 hours right now to explain them to you.
Yeah, it's so complicated,
and I still couldn't complete the explanation.
Yeah,
but I would say go on the Dallas website, go to budget survey, take the survey, explain where you want your money spent in your district. Explain what is priority for you. You're doing that gives, as the District 8 council member, it gives me a better idea where you want me to spend time advocating for you.
I love that. I love that. And speaking of that, Lorie, you're basically telling people to get involved.
Absolutely.
Get involved. Understand the processes. What is the best way for someone that's sitting out there? They're like, I don't know where to begin. How do I get involved? Can they call your office?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell them how to reach you?
You can reach me at my office at 214-670-4066. That's the best way to reach me. If you call me on my cell phone, if I'm in a meeting, I'm not going to answer you.
Yeah.
And if it's something important, I'm going to give it back to my staff member and have them prioritize. Well, everything is important, but prioritize my time so I can get back to you. So go straight to them and you'll save a step. Number 2, every Wednesday, and I keep telling everybody, every Wednesday at 9 a.m. when we start our council, whether it's a briefing council or a voting session, there's the opportunity for every resident to either to sign up, come down to City Hall, or do it virtually, and you have 3 minutes to speak your piece. Tell us what is important to you. Tell us what's going on with you or with your community or your neighborhood. And here's the beauty of you being there. If you're there and you say something is going on, a member of staff or my staff will come out and talk to you and get enough information to be of assistance to you. At that particular time, no matter how many people are there, what happens is that poker face you're talking about, we must sit there and listen to you. We cannot respond to you, so don't ask us questions because we can't answer you. The only person you can call out by name is the mayor.
That's right.
And you can ask us absolutely, well, you can tell us absolutely anything that's going on within your community, and you have our undivided attention.
And thank you for saying that. And I would encourage anyone to take advantage of the opportunity to do that. But I will say, in addition to that, be kind. You can get your point across without being condescending or yelling or screaming or all the shenanigans. Be kind, because those kind words fall a little softer on their ears if you would just use your kind words and inside voice. But anyway, thank you very much, my friend, for being here today. And we've got so many other things to talk about.
Oh, well, we do that at the spot.
We'll do that at the spot. Well, we have heard from our very own council member, Lorie Blair. She represents, our District 8, which your Oak Cliff Chamber of Commerce lives in. And so we're so super proud of all of her accomplishments here in her first term and looking forward to your next 3 terms as our council member. But thank you once again for watching Strictly Business Unscripted. I'm your host, Keandra Jones. We'll see you next time. I'm your host, Keandra Jones. And again, thank you for watching another episode of Strictly Business Unscripted. We'll see you next time.